I'm trying to find the right words to let you know that this is achievable and possible for you. Right now, I'm in Rome, Italy, and I didn't even spend no whole bunch of money to make this possible in my life. Like, that's key for me. That's important, and I make it of importance so I can live a life that fuels me, so I can make everything that I'm doing as far as the work that I'm putting it in feel worth it. A lot of us put work in, we don't even know why we do it other than it's going to be the only thing that separates us between having a roof over our head and food on the table. That's not living. That's sometimes you're making it, but a lot of us get stuck and trapped in that because we don't try to elevate ourselves. We say this is the end of the line. This is where I'm stuck at. I'm not capable of more. I don't know how to do it. We'll make every excuse when in reality, if you are capable, you have endless opportunities. If you are in your right frame of mind, you have endless opportunities. Some of us don't realize the blessing it is to have a stable, peaceful mind. When you really get that in your life, when you really get to a place where it's not a lot of outside noise, and if you wanted to, you could go as deep into yourself as you possibly wanted to, because you have that type of freedom, you have that type of separation from those around you, and you decide how close or how far away all of your relationships are. As adults, we get to a point where we can start to judge things from a different perspective of, is this healthy for me? Is this supporting me? Does this person really love me? Or is this the type of family member that talks a bunch of shit behind my back or really secretly hates on me? Or you would never expect any of these things from family, but the reality is you have these type of situations. The reality is you may have somebody that raised you up that wasn't shit. You may have somebody that always talked down to you. You may have somebody that never could do anything for you. There's so many different scenarios that make family relationships not what you think they should be about. And the most important thing there is the relationships you choose to have around you, make sure they're doing everything you need for you. Make sure they're not draining you of energy. In relationships, it's a give and a take. It should not be so much being drained out of you. It should not be so chaotic that you can't make sense of things. You should not be existing in chaos. I recognize that sometimes our lives will go to that. We have to always pull ourselves out of that. We have to always work from that and never get in the mindset of, I'm stuck here. Too many people feel like they're stuck here. Too many people feel like some things are unachievable to them. Like, that dumbfounds me, because I would feel the same about myself for so long until I really got away from the mindset of others, till I really got to thinking, what do I want for myself? Till I really got to seeing what's achievable around me, not just within my physical space. When I see somebody go on YouTube, or when I see somebody I know that I went to school with on TV, when I see black men talking the way I think, like, that's motivation for me. Like, man, he didn't have to tell me that for me to know that. And now people are listening to him because we have the same mindset. We have the same thoughts. We have the same directional intent. We have commonalities that other people need to share. Other people might need to get on board with, because, man, look what it's doing in my life. You don't think it could do that in yours? An attitude change, shift, a circle change, shift. You don't think those things aren't going to impact your life into, like, put it into overdrive? You got to be a hardworking person. Don't get me wrong. I'm a 100% hardworking man. I love to go and put in work. You would think I wasn't getting paid. And there's times I wasn't getting paid. There's things that I pursued that were not going to pay me immediately, but I knew the payoff on the back end, it's easy. The growth on the front end that I need to continue to seek out and challenge myself, you can't put a price on that. Y'all are putting prices on the Dior's and the Jordans and everything like that, bro. What price do you put on bettering yourself? What price do you put on that? Because if the price is high enough, you know you gotta go and work really hard to achieve that and attain that. And it really gonna take your focus off a lot of other things that really ain't helping you, that really ain't doing nothing for you, ain't making you feel better. I understand wanting to look good and feel good. Those things are things that I want and that I pursue. I don't have to take myself to the far end of the spectrum to where I'm trying to put up a facade. You can live within your means and look, well, man, there's people that spend no money because you know what? They take care of themselves physically. They go to the gym. Me, I would consider myself in that group as well. But hell, I get off that path. It don't take me off of the entire big picture of I'm a blessed individual. I deal with mental health disorders and I'm able to overcome every day because it doesn't go away. It rears its ugly head at the worst of moments. It impacts my lives in the biggest areas. But I gotta say, I gotta continue forward. I gotta say also, what do I need to taper this off? What do I need to live a more balanced lifestyle? I gotta be intentional about those things if I wanna have any of the type of success I'm having, have any of the relationships I'm having around me. Just be around positive energy, be around like-minded people that are clear in thought, have goals. It's not hard. It's not hard. And when I say goal, I guess I shouldn't say that because, man, if you really think it's small around me, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna immediately start shifting you to bigger. And if that you like, oh, that's not possible, we probably not gonna spend much time around each other moving forward from that. And it's not to be like any type of way. It's, I don't know how much time I have. You don't know how much time you have. Everything is important. Every day is important. We may not go into it with the level of I'm going to make these days count every fucking day. Every day is important where we choose to accept, recognize, and act on that. And days where you rest, your body physically needs that for the longevity of life. When you think longevity, like I don't think I'm going to get an easy pass out of here to heaven right now. Like, I'm gonna have to put my time in, and I really look at myself becoming an old man. And if I'm gonna be an old man, I'm gonna want to be taken care of as an old man. I mean, be putting some work in now. I don't need to be killing myself. I don't need to be going 70, 80 hours a week, but I need to be putting that work in. I really need to be working my mind. I really need to be expanding my thoughts, expanding my investments, expanding my networks, because those are the things that grow exponentially over time. When you continually showcase genuine care and concern for others, when you genuinely showcase a hardworking disposition, when you genuinely showcase, like, you're that person that everybody can count on. And when you realize that, be all that you can count on. Be that for yourself first. Because when you everything for everybody that they can count on, it's going to turn you off where all your focus should always be on yourself. That's the biggest thing we can control in this life. So there's so many things out of control. There's so many variables. You need to figure out how to stabilize yourself, ground yourself, especially if you have any type of disorder. You need to figure out how to center yourself and become soul aware in your authentic self and move through life. If you want to have the most peaceful, least amount of regret, you have to be yourself, and you have to move authentically in that, and you have to align yourself with things of yourself. And when you know yourself, that becomes very easy. When you don't know yourself, you gravitate towards a bunch of different things trying to figure it out. trial and error is a part of the process. I couldn't say the things that I'm saying months ago. I had to go through those things that I went through. I had to have the bad relationships. I had to be going from job to job and having failures there. I had to be getting like governmental taxes for a business I started that I didn't know nothing about, for the income I made and paying the correct taxes, man. I had to have my wages garnished. I had to make the decision to give up a nice luxury car that honestly I would have paid off by now and go backwards because I didn't want to send a certain image. If I really didn't have like that, I don't want to send an image. I don't want to be a pretender. Like, couldn't be further from a pretender. I'm here to be a positive voice on what you're capable of, what you can go out and create tomorrow, in a week, in a year. Just get on the ball. Like, it's out here, it's waiting for you. There's no delay. There's no, oh, I gotta see. It's like, put your mind to it, put your grind to it, and it's done. It's done. Don't come up here talking about you're a rapper or something, bro. Although you can do that too if you have genuine skill. God has blessed us all with a lot of things. Personally, the skill of communicate and uplift people, that's one of my skills, and I feel like I've already put it to use in my everyday life. People are already seeking from me. I might as well broaden the reach. More people need it, in my opinion. I don't hear it enough. I seek it out myself, but I don't hear it enough. Like, if it drowned out all of this other bullshit that they preaching out here, bruh, you can't go out here and get anything done talking about all you care about is money. These big dudes are not about that. These men are scientific. They want to discover something, create something new. That shit catapults them into a whole nother belief and understanding of wealth, health, stability, man. I'm live in Rome, Italy. Man, my birthday's in a couple of days. And I couldn't be more blessed.